KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is expected to lead day 3 of the Madlanga Commission with testimony on suspended Minister Senzo Mchunu's alleged associate, Brown Mogotsi. During a press briefing in July this year, General Mkhwanazi named Mogotsi as one of the key figures who interfered in high-profile investigations. However, in an interview with SABC News, Mogotsi denied the allegations levelled against him by Mkhwanazi. Let's get the latest from SABC News anchor Ayanda Nyathi. He is, of course, standing by in Pretoria, waiting for day 3 to commence and, of course, been following this for us as well. So, Ayanda, today, lots resting on this. This should be a very interesting one.
Without a doubt, Leanne, good morning to you. The sun is barely out, but I can tell you it's already a hive of activity here at the Bridget Mabandla Justice College in Pretoria, the site of what has been really intriguing testimony, to say the very least, from notes apparently being slipped underneath the doors of a parliamentary room with top secret information, to even the president saying that, of course, he's watching the situation very closely. The Madlanga Commission of Inquiry has met expectations, I would say, and has set tongues wagging insofar as at least really capturing the attention of the country. As you mentioned, Top Cop, that's KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, is said to be back in the hot seat to continue outlining what he knows. And if the first 2 days are anything to go by, I can tell you he's unlikely to hold back much, at least insofar as he can share when you consider just, of course, what is at stake insofar as national security is concerned. Speaking of that, you can already see behind me once again a full police presence, clear security from the moment you arrive. And I'll tell you, we arrived very early this morning and can tell you that police are leaving nothing to chance. And that's why you can also see towards my left-hand side, the security clearance position is already still in place. As you mentioned, the day hasn't necessarily kicked off, but what we've heard so far is the Lieutenant General starting to drop name, 2 MPs being implicated in one way or the other in supposedly making the work of the SAPS difficult. And both of them have already been on the SABC News channel to push back at the very least against the narrative that's been presented by Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. We'll tell you a bit about that throughout the course of the morning for you. But I just want to also give you a sense of where the business is actually taking place here at the Bridget Mabandla Justice College. This is the building itself where Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi has now spent hours speaking about how in some instances the courts don't seem to be taking some cases seriously. This is part of the allegations he's made. He's spoken about criminals in some instances who have been arrested for very serious crimes being let out on bail. And Fiso Ntulu, who is an accused in the Senzo Mchunu murder trial, has been cited as a case in point. We of course know that he's been arrested in relation to the killing of the soccer star, but the Lieutenant General yesterday speaking about several other murder cases that he was arrested for whilst being out on bail. This is just one, if you like, of the many doors that Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi has opened as we try to really get a sense of how deep this alleged corruption runs within the South African police service. It comes as no doubt that President Cyril Ramaphosa has also spoken about this. He, of course, had an exclusive sit-down with our politics editor in Mkhwanazi yesterday, where they spoke about a wide range of issues, including the Madlanga inquiry. Zwy actually asked the president whether, in fact, whether he's keeping up with proceedings and what he makes of what he's heard so far. President Cyril Ramaphosa responded in part by saying that he will see through to the implementation of the recommendations that come from this commission. Take a listen.
It's a very, very important mission. It's a very important mandate, and it's really going to deal with a number of issues that have dogged our criminal justice system, particularly when it comes to the role of police and what has been happening there. So a lot of things will be unraveled, and we do tend to want to have transparency. And thereafter, when the judge gives me the report on a periodic basis, we will be able to examine that report and the recommendations that are made and act on them. So in many ways, the Madlanga Commission process is what I would call going to be quite transformative. It's going to lead to a number of changes so that the rule of law is properly consolidated in our country.
Yeah. So there you have it, President Cyril Ramaphosa saying what is likely to come from this commission is going to be quite transformative. And I think many people will agree, including, by the way, those who've been implicated. For example, Fidel Adams comes to mind. He, of course, is one of the MPs that Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi has cited in day 2 of his testimony. And essentially, he's been implicated insofar as supposed top secret information is concerned. Apparently, he was handed a note in Parliament, and Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi's claims is that that information was handled recklessly. Fidel Adams, of course, has pushed back quite strongly against that, saying he took that information to police and that's all he could do at the time. But the point I'm trying to make is that even he, Fidel Adams, says South Africans might not be ready for what is likely to come out of this inquiry. The SABC News channel, as always, will be watching the space very closely as we continue our build-up to day 3 of what is likely to be more explosive testimony.
All right, Ayanda Nyathi, thank you for that update, giving us some of the latest happenings from there and also bringing in that interview with the President.